Where they said you'll defend the country days.
You guys ever done that before? I hate to admit it, I have. Welcome to the Marine Corps.
Only thing we're defending the country is from this. We called it straight up get sunburned. Hey.
Alright, so we're gonna look at some funny military videos, engaging, entertaining, whatever you want to call it. Alright, you gotta see this thing. It's like, you've seen the dogs, right, that walk around. Now this one's got what looks like a fully automatic weapon on top. Interesting though, when it fires, it lifts up. I'm sure they'll figure that out. Tell me what you think of this. Now they gotta compensate for the lift, right? Normally you kind of lean into it. You understand how, as a human, you got these things. This is like Terminator.
Hey, guess what? What? You're ugly. What do you mean? Like, you're ugly. Where? Where exactly? Like, you're...
How many of you guys have experience with ladies in the military? We used to call them WMs, the Marine Corps. It was always something you stayed away from. If you did it, it was like, this could end poorly somehow.
face and stuff. It's ugly. Oh, thank goodness. Why thank goodness? Because at least I'm not ugly on the...
Now, let me stereotype for a second. Usually you saw the ones that were kind of like waiting for the other team, right? This is obviously way before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. It's their other team, or you just know they've been ran through hard. And you're like, no, thank you.
Bitch, I got it out the muscle. You wanna fight on tuss. I'm talking about.
Now this arrangement's like when you get the body carry, right? The fireman's carry, whatever you're gonna call it. You get the huge guy. But this, I don't know if the one guy is 6'8", another guy's 5 foot tall, but it looks like it could be interesting.
I'm talking about.
No one's going home until the line swept.
I was told to. What's true?
I think I may have done that in boot camp. It was just like something to do, to monotonous, to see if you were gonna act undisciplined and jerk around. But this, okay, recent video, North Korea, like showing off their military might. What do you guys think of this? I don't get it, but you know, maybe I should get it and I'm just stupid. Ow.
우리 당의 품격에서 자란 조선인민군 군인의 힘과 지상, 혈기와 용맹이 어떤 것인지 만천하에 떨치는 일당백 전투원들입니다.
It just seems stupid to me. I don't know how it relates to anything military. All the big brass are sitting there clapping. I know they have to clap, but what do you think of this? Any guys like martial arts think this is useful skill set to have? I think they need to worry about not freezing, you know, see the Korean War. Wow. These lemmings are like trained SEALs, those generals. Everybody sitting in the crowd's like, you better clap or you will end up not alive any longer. And right after this meeting. Alright, we got some parlor tricks here. Now, except for this guy, most guys look like they're in shape. Now, do you think they're on the needle? I would say, why not? I mean, I don't know how prevalent the needle is today. Back in the old days, right? I knew guys in the needle, they could barely fit into their uniform. They couldn't roll their sleeves up all the way, Marine Corps, right? They had like a chit to keep them down near their elbow. You know, that was a thing.
우리 전투원들은 중요한 중고 사령관 동지께서 안겨주신 담력과 배짱, 천한 무적의 억센 힘과 용맹을 더 억세게 표려갈.
Why cover his eyes at this point? Maybe his eyes are impervious to shards of cement running at him. I mean, this thing... some people like this. I find it to be entertaining. There used to be a thing called like Janus Torture or something before Lollapalooza, and they do this kind of stuff, chew glass, light bulbs and stuff. But it was just entertaining. I don't find it to be like might in the military.
불같은 결의에 충만되어 있습니다. 자, 늠름하고 믿음직한 모습들이
God, they're jumping over
바로
cars.
조국이 자랑하는 우리의 일당백 전투원들입니다. 난도 높은 여러 가지 격파 동작을 연방 수행하고 있는 우리의 용맹한 전투원들에게 관중들은 열광적.
I think the best one is where the guy's doing this. You guys have seen it, I'm sure. Some Asian guys, and he's trying to kick something. He ends up kicking the guy right in the jimmy. The guy falls down. That was great.
박수를 보내고 있습니다.
Oh, fat man.
You know you're at a military wedding when.
What do they call this? The dependopotamus, right? I mean, they're all good-looking women, so maybe not the dependopotamus part, but so the wedding, and everybody's deployed, not there, back in Thailand with their, other family thing.
Where's your boyfriend? Work trip. Sam, where's your husband? Deployed. Hey, where's your boyfriend right now? Deployed. Haley, where's your husband right now? Deployed.
There used to be a thing called like the Westpac Widow, right? So when you went to the E Club, Westpac was out. It'd be loaded with women, like attractive adult women. And you'd be like, something must have just left. When you're a brand new guy, you figure that out real quick. So question is, do you think other dudes are hitting this? Like, real question. Other listed guys or, whoever, chat out in town?
Bree, where's your boyfriend? He's on a work trip. Where's your boyfriend? On a work trip.
Yeah.
Where's your boyfriend?
He's getting loaded.
I don't have a boyfriend, but I have an OnlyFans.
Now, if you had to guess, how many are still married? Say there's 10 of them. You think maybe 3 out of 10 are still married? Just say a 2-year period. I would say 3 out of 10. So the divorce rate's what, 80%? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 2 out of 10. I don't remember any big fat guys like that. Now, maybe I'm just making this up in my head, but I don't remember any of that shape. Most of the old guys, I think their liver is about to fall out. They were all Vietnam, like first sergeants type age guys. They look rough too, man. They would be, say, in their 40s, and they look terrible. A lot of them had broken time, like 68 to 70, a couple years out. They came back in trying to get that 20, 25 years. All right, this is good. So this is supposed to be North Vietnam, right? So they're a socialist, Marxist, Leninist country. 11th grade. And watch these girls take apart, disassemble, and reassemble the AK. It's pretty impressive. And you guys done that with the M16 or M4. Got to hit the pins, and depending on how new the rifle is, the pins can be kind of tight and you're hitting them. That was pretty impressive. These girls got it down. This is supposed to be a class to get the civilians ready if they got to pick up arms, right? How to clean the weapon, use the weapon. Can you imagine them doing this in 11th grade in Oakland, for example?
No.
The funny part here is we saw North Korea, North Vietnam, kind of what they're doing. I think the little martial arts skits a little over the top. This seems useful. Kill some time. It's better than like pronoun class in 11th grade or, how to use dog toys in 11th grade. But it's not a thing anymore. You couldn't do this in school if you tried.
Do ba do ba do ba do ba do ba do ba do do ba do boo do a boo ba do boo ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba.
These are always funny. I don't know who came up with the idea. Some of it's pretty accurate. Like if you guys ever say you're in the Marine Corps and then you go to an Air Force dining hall, you're like, wow, this is completely different. Like guys wearing chef's hats and shit. The rest of it is a good cliche. The Navy, the whole thing's a good cliche.
Everyone is gonna die and no one is gonna remember you, so fucking
I've never seen anybody do the 50 cal thing, even at a range or just jerking around. I guess Dan Balzarian did, right? Maybe some of the black rifle guys. I don't know what you're going to hit with a damn thing. I guess you got money burning a hole in your pocket with those rounds. How many of you guys had a female drill instructor, drill sergeant? I did not. I don't know that I could take them as serious as a man. The men were more threatening. Now, they could put hands on you, usually in the woods at Parris Island, but I'm sure it's effective. Don't hear me out. I'm not saying it's not. It just, still to this day, I don't have a hard time finding them threatening in that setting.
Word. If you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be?
Oh, this is great. So if you could say one thing to your recruiter, if you were in, what would it be? Put it in the comments. Most of these people had to know. I mean, in today's day and age, we got all this information at your fingertips. You know, the recruiter's telling you what could be. Probably not the reality, but what could be, you know, the fantasy.
Fucking bullshit. Hey. If you could tell one thing to a recruiter, what would it be? If you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be?
What I have to do? Hope he dies.
Hey, if you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be?
Why the f*** you lie to me?
If you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be?
Thank you very much for the job opportunity.
I think you have to be pretty naive to go, I can't believe the recruiter lied to me. It's really hard for me with today's, all this info, right? All the ways to look. This isn't an old video. You're that upset. Now, I understand it could be satire or skit, but you hear that a lot from guys like the recruiter didn't tell me the truth. I'm like, were you just too naive or stupid or what's going on here?
Hey, Frost. If you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be?
Why didn't you tell me about Airborne?
Pennington. If you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be?
Sweaty pits.
Good. Hey, if you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be? Thanks. If you could say one thing to a recruiter, what would it be? You. If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
You're welcome for my service.
Go through your tops and bottoms, go through your flig, make sure you have no live rounds on you. You checked all your equipment, everything, even your ammo pouches? Yes, I did all that. I'm good. Good to go. I feel you on that one, Sergeant Miller. I feel you. Sergeant Bryant. I was going through my pockets and found this.
Yeah, I can see that happening, guys. They're like, check all your pockets everywhere. I was like, did it. On it, Sergeant. And then you're like, what? You came back, you have a round in your pocket. There is some rocks like that. You just don't get it. Like, check all your pockets means check all your pockets. No guy just blow it off or like, don't care, or just too stupid to figure it out. Because you meet the smartest guys you'll ever see and the dumbest guys you'll ever see in the military in one package.
Damn it, Underwood. I thought I told you to check your shit. I'm sorry, Sergeant Bryant. I'm sorry. I got back to the room and I checked in my hat and it was in there by itself. Just one. I'm sorry. Take your ass back to the barracks and I'll handle this. Good night, Sergeant Bryant.
You're not gonna buy me a mount, huh?
This is a good one. So when your girlfriend comes back from boot camp, good skit. I don't have the experience with this. I don't know if I've ever met any women that are that super fired up gung-ho after boot camp. When I was a boot, in particular, since I was never a civilian and dated. I don't know. You guys, if you've met that, you've seen this, it's relatable. Tell me.
I did one! I did two! I did three! I did four! Stop it up, stop it, gone, hi, little bitch! It's 5 o'clock in the morning! Take your butt ass to sleep!
Damn, bro, what is that?
All right, so we've all known someone like this. I remember a guy clear as day, huge, right? Now, this is a long time ago, so everybody was taking the needle. He couldn't roll his sleeves up above his biceps. So he had some kind of thing, tailor, and they tried to get it where he had to keep him lower. And his arms, he was not functional at all. He was like the battalion commander's little pet. He looked great in the uniform. I don't know how he could get dress uniform on at all. He was huge like this, bigger.
Check it out, bro. There's sweet potatoes and there's some chicken tits. Chicken breast, I'm staying on my nutrition. Stay hydrated. Hold up. With the gallon always on deck. Potassium on deck so I don't catch the cramps. Juicy, though.
Never found those kind of big muscled up guys to be very functional. Like they can't run, they can't do this stuff. You know, the military young enlisted stuff. They look great. I mean, they look like studs. And you do see that one. Remember the guy in the Army? They showed him as like some fitness freak. He could do all this crazy stuff. I guess it's different. Maybe you got these CrossFit people on growth hormone, grandma's little helper, and can get there, maybe.
Real talk.
He's crazy. How am I even gonna? I don't even know how this.
How long will it take, man?
He had to have those utilities tailored or something where they cut up the sleeve and make it wider. That's a big ass arm to fit in there. I just don't see it. Like I said, I've seen a guy with that problem. He could not roll them up. They got too tight and just.
I'm gonna tell you, that's the question.
licks does it take?
Hardest part is getting over this.
What are you doing?
I had to guess how much of the time when you spent in the military was hurry up and wait, like totally dead time. Let's say good time is your training, you're deployed. We even include deployment, which is all hurry up and wait. How much of it was hurry up and wait? Break it down for me, because it seems like a lot of it, a lot of dead time.
Hey, Tommy, let me get that fit check.
Now, this right here is against every safety briefing there is, I'm sure. Guess they're like in a motor tea shop, and they're doing it, and they're recording it. You got to think their boss would be like, fellas. I know you're doing it, but don't record it, because I have to deal with it.
Hi everyone, little update. We're up here on the mountains. Got Radio Man over here, Binocular Man. Oh yeah, look at that sexy motherfucker. Then we got Skinny Pete. Skinny Pete.
Ever walk up my ass?
I have been hit by one of these before. I don't remember screaming like a little small child. I don't remember it being fun either. It's like you get pepper sprayed in the face. It's not fun, but maybe I was worried about being this guy, so maybe that's why I didn't scream. Maybe I did. I don't remember. And it wasn't the military, it was after, but long story. But it's a thing. People do this often. You ever see a guy do this and he's all done, put it back together, whether it's a solid M4 and you charge it, pull the trigger, there's nothing. They're all fired up, they got it right, but they missed something. All right, fella. I think those Vietnamese girls were faster. What do you think?
Stand by.
Why would you do that ever? You think your boys would pick on you and be like, bro, that is the most beta simp thing I've ever seen in my life. Good shape, I guess. Maybe doing like gay for pay on the side OnlyFans deal. Maybe that's why he's doing this. When you see that ring, what does that tell you? I've never seen that work for one of her age. You know, it's cute and all, but usually that doesn't mean a whole lot. The trousers will drop quick. If you made it this far, I thank you. Make sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.